Okay, here we are at the table, so I'll start the video. So basically this first hand, I'm a gigantic luck box, so I managed to flop trips after raising King 7 from mid position, excuse me, and I just bet and take it down. The interesting thing to note about this board is that I think it's correct to bet because you have to give them the chance, give your opponents the chance to call with a pocket pair or some kind of a flush draw, etc. But it's actually quite a decent flop to continuation bet. Basically, because the range of hands that will call on that board is not actually particularly wide. A lot of hands will fold because not many hands actually hit that board. It's just the one flush draw, and then basically that's basically pocket pairs, even some of which will fold as well, like 4s and 5s might fold. So that King 7 board is actually quite a good one to continuation bet. Unfortunately, I was forced to value bet just because there are a lot of action killing cards that can come on the turn. Like any spade is pretty much an action killer. It will mean that pocket 7s will fold. And so basically I just tried to get the value whilst my hand was still good and whilst my opponents still had the chance to call with a worse hand like 10s or 7s or something. Okay, on the right here, I basically just pop this Bream Champ guy up with King 9 offsuit. I did that for the simple reason that he is at the very widest point of his raising range, because obviously most players, except from the really super drooler guys, do understand how to play position correctly, and will generally be raising stronger hands from under the gun, and weaker hands from the button. So he raises on the button, which means that he is very weak, or at least he is at the weakest point in his range, and so I opt to attack the weakness in his range. And he calls really, really quickly. I don't know if you noticed, but he called absolutely super snap called. I basically put him, when he does that, it means that he hasn't thought about the decision at all. And that kind of means to me that he can't have aces, he can't have queens, and maybe potentially he has tens. But he can't basically have a big hand. He can't have aces, kings, or queens. Simply because he would at least sort of think about slow playing those hands. Like if he wanted to trap me, then he would at least say, "Oh, alright, I'm going to trap him," and then call. But he just literally just snap called, which makes me kind of think like he either has like a weakish kind of Broadway hand, like a Jack 10, or he has a small pocket pair. I think the bulk of his range is going to be like nines, sort of nines, eights, sevens. He certainly can have tens, which we'll find out, if he does have when we bet the flop. But I think that basically his range is weak enough such that most of it will fold to this ace on the board. The reason I think that most of it will fold to the ace is because people just love to put you on ace-king, particularly unimaginative type players who you will encounter at these stakes. Bream Champ started the hand with a full stack, so I assume that he's not completely, insane or completely, like, stupid.